As we get around, heat our homes and grow food, we emit harmful molecules. We breathe them in every day. And every year, thousands of people in Europe fall ill. But progress is being made. Air is becoming cleaner and cleaner. Technology allows us to monitor air quality in real time and even improve it. Everyone can do their bit, as we're about to see for ourselves. We set off for Poland, where fine particle levels regularly breach European limits. Warsaw is a case in point. In the winter, the capital experiences episodes of smog.
When the winter will hit and everyone is heating up the houses, it's just dreadful.
It could be worse later. Fingers crossed that it won't, but it could be.
Here, coal-fired heating is the main source of pollution. Warsaw has embarked on a mission to replace these stoves that the locals call smokers. In fact, the city has just banned them.
Is it coal?
No, we have the gas.
Since a few years, there was a lot of changes. And even this house, which is 100 years old, is changed for the gas. We have special, police that's controlling. Even neighbors start controlling the situation, and people learning a lot.
Air quality here has continued to improve. In Warsaw, it's estimated that the number of smokers has been reduced from 17,000 to 4,000 in just a few years. But there's still too many, according to this activist.
PM10, if you touch this, it should show 187, and the limit is 50. So you see 400% more. So we're trying to use the data. You talk to the people and they were just scratching their head. No, there's no air pollution. What you're talking about? It's okay.
I can smell anything.
I can smell anything. The air is kind of gray, but so far in the winter time, air is always gray. When you ask somebody 10 years ago, what's the main source of air pollution, they would say cars, of course cars. And right now they will tell you that, of course, smokers and the coal burning. So we managed to change the perception of Polish society of air pollution. And then from the people, we go to the politicians.
We head to Warsaw City Hall, where we meet Jacek, a former environmental activist who's now in charge of air quality in the city.
In our popular broadcasts, every day there's information about air quality in Poland. So we have some apps in our mobile phones. We have a lot of smoke alerts. Then people started to use these applications. That's our station.
The capital is at the forefront of the fight against smog in Poland, thanks to an extensive network of sensors and monitoring stations.
The removal of 70% of smokers really improved our air quality, which is not so perfect, because we still have a lot of cars, for example. If you clean all smokers from Warsaw, and then there will be a lot of smokers outside Warsaw, polluted air will also go to Warsaw. So there is a lot to be done.
Where are we?
Here?
Here.
As we can see, we have a good quality. It's green, so today is good.
We can go jogging.
Yeah,
okay.
Poland is still a long way from achieving the Green Deal's ambition of zero pollution by 2050. But things are changing, and people are mobilizing, especially in Belgium.
C'est l'une des villes d'Europe les plus polluées au dioxyde d'azote. Ici, le principal problème, c'est le trafic routier. Il est responsable d'environ 2/3 des émissions.
Here, unlike Warsaw, it's the city centre that's the most polluted, according to several citizen science projects. Pierre's association asked volunteers to measure the pollution in their homes using these tubes.
En moyenne, ici, c'était environ 50 microgrammes par mètre cube, 5 fois au-dessus de la recommandation de l'OMS.
Brussels has therefore created dozens of school streets where traffic is restricted or banned.
C'est pas la même ambiance, hein? Ouais, c'est ça, on s'en rend compte.
Les enfants sont particulièrement vulnérables.
Ils respirent plus proche des pots d'échappement et donc des sources de pollution de l'air. Donc c'est vraiment très important de les protéger en priorité de la pollution de l'air.
There are also social inequalities when it comes to pollution. In this modest neighbourhood, Quentin volunteered for the study.
On entend un petit peu le bruit, ouais.
Ici, on est dans une des communes les moins chères de Bruxelles, parce qu'il y a la pollution et le bruit surtout. Ici, c'est mauve foncé, donc ça va du vert au noir. Ici, c'est dégueulasse. Et les tubes étaient accrochés là en bas, il fallait absolument le mettre à une hauteur de 2 mètres. Voilà, ça c'est les aléas d'un grand boulevard à Bruxelles. Tous les mois, on devait mettre 2 tubes. Après chaque mois, je renvoyais les tubes au labo.
To find out exactly how it works, we went to the University of Antwerp to meet Professor Meesman, a star of citizen science.
There are these molecules in the air, and each molecule that enters the tube gets stuck at the back. And when you do this for 4 weeks, you measure how much of the air pollution there is.
His association brought together 20,000 volunteers to measure the air throughout Flanders and Brussels. The results made the front pages of the Belgian press.
We use those data to improve our computer models. And this way, the citizens can directly contribute to better policies. And we see that in the data. The air quality is improving. So air quality policy works.
These policies are set to evolve further in Europe. The directives on ambient air are currently being revised. Pollution limits are set to be lowered. To find out more, we went to Copenhagen, a city with a passion for cycling.
Copenhague, c'est aussi le siège de l'Agence européenne pour l'environnement. Et on a rendez-vous avec un de ses experts.
Alberto has agreed to show us the application launched by his agency, the European Air Quality Index, which compiles data from some 4,000 monitoring stations across the EU.
We are here in Copenhagen and we can see now that the situation is good. Of course, we have a lot of wind that takes all the pollutants away. And you can also compare the situation in this station with other. So if you look into the app and you see that you want to go jogging this afternoon, maybe you can choose the right time when the air pollution is not so high, and you can also choose the route you could follow.
Can European policies help?
It can, and it has done. We have a lot of legislation acting, for instance, on industry. We have the Industrial Emissions Directive. We have the Euro standards that apply to vehicles. Of course, we have also the air quality legislation.
Is the air we breathe cleaner than it was in the past?
Much cleaner. We see that the situation has improved for almost all the pollutants, but it doesn't mean that we are in the most optimal situation, because we also know that there's, let's say, no safe limit. The objective should be to come as close as possible to the World Health Organization recommendation in terms of this concentration. So to lower even more our concentrations, to protect even more the citizens.
Ça y est, me voilà de retour dans ma ville. C'est tout pour cet épisode. Je ne respirerai plus de la même manière. À très bientôt sur la route d'un monde plus vert.